fair turnaround, that one.
Yeah.
You got points at the end, 80 points into the second half. I mean, can you sum up how you feel after that one?
Oh, absolutely ecstatic with the win. I thought after half-time we played the way that we want to play. I thought we put incredible pressure on both defensively, offensively. I thought around the ball we were really strong and aggressive. It was kind of what they were in the first half. So it almost felt like we flipped jumpers at half-time. But yeah, it was nice to be able to turn it around. It didn't look great at half-time. They were playing really well and stopping us from playing well. So.
How far off it did you think the team were in the first half?
How far off being good?
Being at the level you expect?
A long way, yeah. Yeah, we were a long way off, and they were really good, and so that's why the scoreboard was 50 to maybe 22 or something. 3 goals to half time isn't going to get you the lead in many games you play. I didn't think the entries were I'm going to guess 23, 27. We'd kicked 3 goals from those 23 entries, and one of them was a forward 50 stoppage. So really, we'd only kicked 2, and they'd scored far too much. So to be able to flip that after half time, I felt like we scored really well, and we restricted them from scoring really well.
We heard you might have let them have it at half time, the players. How hard did you go?
Just reminders around the way that we want to play and asking certain players to lift their output, really. I love the way that the guys responded. I thought it was led by our leaders. I thought Toby Green was outstanding. Josh Kelly, Stephen Cornelio, Tom Green, I thought they were brilliant, particularly around the contest. It felt like we got our contest game to the level that we needed to be. That was a finals type game tonight. Sydney had been in really good form and playing good footy, so we needed to play well, and we did in the second half. Yeah.
Do you know how many cooks you get in the season, and have you used them all up? Because you've had a bit of an issue here with the sluggish starts over the past.
I don't know. Our guys, we need to fix that. I mean, we can't be giving good teams 3, 4, 5 goal head starts. I don't know what it got out to, maybe 30 odd points at one point. I mean, we can't be doing that. So we need to continue to address why. I think we've had a few games like that. We've been able to respond and get back into games, but we need to maybe just do something about it early in the quarter.
And your work at stoppage and also, I guess, ball movement really shone through in that third term, but it was the forward efficiency, I guess, that really did the damage. Is that something that's exciting to see how potent that can be?
It is, and it's difficult to recreate that level. I thought that was an unbelievable level of output. Yeah, that was really good. I thought our centre bounce stuff, where we were able to surge it forward, and then our forwards just winning their contest and scoring on the back of it, really accurate. That goal from Finn that almost kick-started it was, I don't know, I haven't seen a better goal this year, I don't think, but it was really pleasing to have that level of output, around the stoppage and contest ahead of the ball.
And you sure there weren't at least 2 or 3 better goals in that quarter? It felt like you guys were just banging them in from literally everywhere.
Well, it felt like almost everything our forwards touched turned to gold for a patch there, maybe the last 5 minutes of that quarter. But I mean, I think that's the capacity that we have. Our guys know that we have that. We just need to deliver it a little more than what we have, and I think we're building towards that.
A lot's been made about how quiet it was in terms of the media between the 2 clubs leading up to the derby. How pleasing was it to get, I guess, let the game speak for itself?
For the game to be what? Sorry.
To have the players speak up to
what
they were quiet about in the week.
Yeah, I mean, we built it up like any other game. To be fair, we don't need to be winning any verbal battles. We need to be winning the physical battle out in the field, and that's what we did in the second half. When we play our way, we're a pretty good team, I think, and we were able to do that in the second half to the level that we want to. obviously in the past we've had a bit of back and forth, in the media stuff, but yeah, we don't really need that, I don't think.
There was a bit of an incident with Toby in the first quarter where it looked like his elbow or his forearm might have collected Isaac Heaney while it was on the floor. I'm not sure if you saw that incident or what you made of that incident.
No, I haven't seen it, no.
And just in terms of a couple of guys who came off later in the game, Josh Kelly and Jack Buckley, how kind of tracking it was.
They both seem like they've hurt their calves. They'll get scans, I presume, and then we'll work out how serious they are. But both of them feel like they'll probably miss. But I am guessing.
Do you have a view on what Toby said at half time, if you're aware?
Toby on the way off the field? Yeah, was that the Papley stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what he said, yeah.
Do you think he's going to have any dramas there? Do you think,
I wouldn't have thought so.
Hope not, but, blokes get fined.
Oh, of course. No, I wouldn't have thought so. I'd be pretty disappointed if he got fined for... I mean, he didn't use any language or anything like that, did he? No, so... Yeah.
Is that
Nothing
just
to see.
sort of the byplay that's going on out in the middle that perhaps the microphones don't always pick up?
Oh, there was a lot of that, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that both... It's a really important game for both clubs. We know the importance of it, and all the players treat it seriously. And so they're trying to put each other off, and they're doing, all within the rules, of course. But that's just AFL footy. So part of the game. Winners are grinners, and if you're not, you move on. And 5 times prior to this, we've been on the losing end, and we've had to sort of just move on. And I'm sure they'll do the same.
There's been a bit made of the fact that since you've been here at the Giants, you haven't lost a game yet in July. What do you make of that? Because it's obviously such an important month of the season, sort of that last month ahead of the last.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We have good players, maybe. I don't know. We like to think we build our season nicely. We learn our lessons. We've got a really strong growth mindset. We continue to try and improve. I don't know, maybe we're back home for a little while or out of that sort of relocation period or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure. I feel like our game's building well. We've won 6 in a row. We've got another really, really tough challenge against a team we haven't beaten in 2 years, Thursday night, down on their patch. So we move on pretty quickly and try and win in August.
You mentioned Finn earlier on, but not just a surprise to see him being the one that steps up in that third term, but is that just part of his evolution into the player that he's becoming to take the mantle like that?
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, he had a really good player playing on him. Jordan's a good player. Like not many players touched the ball on him, and so Finn didn't necessarily touch the ball a heap. I think he had 21 in the game, but a lot of them were really damaging possessions, and he has that capacity. Low possession, high output type of player, and he's experienced that not often. That usually Jordan would go to Whitfield, and that's how it's played off in the past. A lot of teams have gone to Whitfield in the past, not Finn, so that's new for him. So for him to be able to fight his way through it and still impact the game to the level that he did it's a real credit to him. The way he prepared, knowing that Jordan would come to him. And to be able to deliver is great.
A few weeks in a row now that we've been able to ask about Jake Stringer and his ability to have those sort of match-turning moments, another handful of goals tonight. He's picking up that steam and momentum each week now. In terms of when you brought him to the club and what you wanted him to be doing, is this as good as you could have hoped at the moment?
He certainly, I'm not going to say exceeding expectations, but he certainly reached them. This is what we were hoping for, but it's not necessarily the goals. We know he's got that in his package. Pardon the pun, and we want him to continue to deliver that, and that's what he's done for a long period of time. But it's the first goal that we kicked, Jesse Hogan's goal, where it's his pressure and tackle that creates the goal for Darcy Jones to then kick the ball back to the top of the goal square and Jesse marks the ball. I think it was, I don't know when it was, first quarter perhaps, but that's what we drive. That's what we want him to do, create goals as well as kick them. And I think he's been doing that to a really high level, both through pressure and tackle, but also through unselfishness, squaring the ball up, giving it off, playing a real team game.
And for Josh Kelly, he's subbed out, wasn't he?
With the calf, yeah. So as I said, we'll get scans and see how serious it is. Hopefully it's not too serious, but he had awareness, so it's probably not good.